Hey there, I'm DPadGamer, and if you're a subscriber clicking on this video that doesn't feel like watching Overwatch, no worries. I'll have another new video this Saturday as per the schedule. For everyone else, it's time to look at some Easter eggs in Overwatch. We'll be focusing on the various maps, concluding with the newly released Blizzard World. And if you just care about Blizzard World itself, feel free to skip ahead to the time shown on screen for that. Let's start off by looking at some of the stuff in Hanamura's arcade, which usually gets trashed at the start of each match. So this machine called Fighters of the Storm is a reference to, well, Heroes of the Storm. Super Siege Mode 3 is a StarCraft themed homage to Metal Slug, and outside is a large 16-bit version of the series mascot, Jim Raynor. The Lost Vikings 6 is, you guessed it, referencing Blizzard's series, The Lost Vikings. If you can't already tell, Blizzard loves referencing Blizzard. I don't think that's actually a bad thing, but just keep that in mind when I go, oh, that's from Diablo, for the 15th time. Speaking of, Soulstone Demon Slayer, oh, that's from Diablo. On the bottom of the soda machines is a cartoony baby Murloc. Look at his cute little tooth. If you don't know, Murlocs are an amphibious race of creatures from the Warcraft series. And outside the arcade is a large Murloc advertising a ramen noodle shop, a Japanese classic. If you shoot at this Murloc around here, you'll hear its signature voice line. Another Murloc can be found in graffiti form outside the Temple Anubis' spawn vehicle, and inside the vehicle is the skull of a Zerg hanging on the wall. And this isn't much, but among the hieroglyphics spread around the map, if you look really close, you can actually see the Horde symbol from the Warcraft series. In sunny Hollywood, a number of mentions to Goldshire are spread around. Goldshire Pictures, Studios, and Goldshire Way are all nods to the mailbox dancing capital of the world, Goldshire, in Elwyn Forest from World of Warcraft. Also, the Alliance crest can be seen in similar locations. The cameras spread around all have the name Kilrogg on their film reel covers. This is a direct reference to Kilrogg Deadeye, a one-eyed orc from World of Warcraft. This is quite fitting, as there is a warlock spell named Eye of Kilrogg, which is essentially a magical flying camera. Kilrogg, vision, cameras, it just makes sense. At the final objective point for this map is a trailer with the name Tyrell on the side, which is another nod to Diablo, and in various locations in this game, you can actually find tablets with Hearthstone being played on them, like this. And lastly, in the spawn area is this super subtle reference to Heroes of the Storm. Over to Eichenwald, in the castle, near one of the spawn points is our first non-Blizzard Easter egg. It's a Christmas miracle. This bonfire is a nod to Dark Souls, which uses bonfires frequently as checkpoints across multiple games. Also in the animal shop is Diablo's horns just hanging out, yet another Diablo reference. Over in Dorado is another Diablo reference, this time in a pinata form, and the Diablo references continue in Route 666. In the restaurant, there's a check signed to everyone's favorite senile grandpa, Deckard Cain. And also, there's a nice poster of Diablo hot sauce. On a table is a StarCraft comic named Craft from the Stars, as well as a Zerg symbol on the soda fountain. There's also a Dr. Boom flavor, a nod to the World of Warcraft NPC and a Hearthstone legendary card. Last thing in this restaurant is that there is a sign pasted around that reads, "Credit chips not accepted," along with a QR code. Curious, add a check. The QR code contains a text that reads, "Credit chips not accepted." Okay, I don't know what I expected. Route 66 also contains a sign that reads, "Deadlock propane and propane accessories." You know, like Hank Hill's catchphrase from King of the Hill. Before we start looking at the numerous details stuffed into this map, here's something neat that you should know. In the Overwatch universe, Blizzard is a company that exists, and they've created all the Blizzard games that we've seen referenced throughout the video. The only game that Blizzard did not create in the Overwatch universe is Overwatch itself, which is why there is no Overwatch attraction to be found in this map. So first, let's start with the map, which you can see here. There's a lot going on, but only a few areas are actually playable. There are areas dedicated to World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, StarCraft, Diablo, and they all have their own game-specific announcer. For the sake of keeping things simple, let's look at the finer details, then finish off with a montage of all the unique voice lines that I was able to find. Starting off in the Hearthstone Tavern, there is a large green book titled The Green Hills of Stranglethorn, written by Hemant Nessingwary. It just so happens that the quest of the same name was created by Jeff Kaplan, who's now Vice President of Blizzard Entertainment and the creative muse of Dino Flasks everywhere. Outside the tavern, and throughout the area of the park dedicated to World of Warcraft, are flowers, specifically peace blooms. Those white flowers are notable because they're the first flower that you'll actually interact with as a herbalist in World of Warcraft. Over at the docks is a huge shark strung up. This is a direct reference to the well-known shark found in Booty Bay, Stranglethorn, and it's important because after 10 years, the shark still hasn't rotted away somehow. Nearby is Snaxaramus, which has a little story behind it. This nugget of info comes straight from the developers themselves in an article written for Game Informer. Snaxaramus was put into the map after it won the popular vote for our internal name poll idea for the Blizzard Campus Cafe, and even though it was ultimately replaced by another name, we still wanted to pay homage to this pun gem. Oh, and near the tavern is yet another reference to the Lost and Found Vikings. This sign is actually a direct reference to the popular gif of John Travolta from Pulp Fiction. In the Heroes of the Storm arcade, the Asmodunk game is a direct reference to the ball and skin of the same name from, well, Heroes of the Storm. And on the leaderboard for Mercury Ski Ball, it looks like somebody's been hacking. And speaking of, if you walk up to the Asmodunk game with Sombra, she'll automatically hack the game. Flying around the StarCraft area are probes, which, like their counterparts from the original game, fly around in a line. They can also be seen mining, and if you so choose, you can actually destroy them, which is always fun. In the Reign of the Black King, Diablo's area, try breaking some of the barrels scattered around. There is a very small chance that upon being broken, you'll see a familiar golden light, like what happens when you get a legendary drop in the game. A few other things that are interactable are balloons, which will explode with confetti when popped. Chests, if hit, will open and expel some gold coins. Turnstiles will, well, turn. And the water fountains, if punched, will actually spray some water, which is awesome. The poster for the spawning pool has the only Overwatch related reference in the whole map, which is Zenyatta, chilling in the pool. Another fun fact from the previously mentioned article also points out the large orange balloon seen floating above the park is actually a reference to the Great Park Balloon in Irvine, California, which is where Blizzard Entertainment is located. Finally, there's a sign that reads "Authorized Personnel Only." There is no cow level. It's a running joke that Blizzard has denied the existence of a cow level, which originated back in the original Diablo. They made sure to double down on the denial by mentioning it whenever possible, and even making a cow level in Diablo 2, which is sorta counterproductive. Now, like I promised, here are a bunch of the announcer lines that you'll usually miss if you're playing on this map like normal. Enjoy!
By the light, hail and be welcome to Blizzard World. We hope you will have an epic experience. Welcome to Blizzard World. Come, sit by the fire, take a load off. Warm yourself by the crackling fire. At 15 and 45 past each hour, head to the docks for a hands-on fishing demonstration from the one and only Nat Pagel. Beverages not included. Stay around tonight for the fireworks spectacular. Welcome to the shop. We surely have what you need. Visit the auction house to find something for everyone on your list. Please remember, there is a limit of 1 battle pet per guest at any time. Keep our streets clear. Hail and well met, travelers. For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, legs, tails, bones, snouts, and horns inside the cart. And be sure to keep an eye on your nose. If anyone is wearing a hat or spectacles, you would be wise to remove them, for this here is one wild ride in the wilderness. Want to see some real magic? Head to the Wizard Sanctum Magic Show. But beware, repeated visits can become addicting. Will the owner of the Black Kiraji battle tank please contact security? It is currently double parked. Flight to Duskwood is an exhilarating griffin ride soaring high above Elwyn Forest and beyond. For your safety, keep yourself and all your belongings inside the vehicle. These griffins can get a little hungry, and we wouldn't want any incidents.
The journey to Ire is accepting more passengers now. Join your brethren to retake your homeland with mixed results. Today's special is a Ravager Dog combo with Stimpack Soda. You must construct additional appetite. Welcome, shopper, to the Nexus experience. You will always have enough pylons in here. Unauthorized personnel detected. Dispatching security team.
Shop like a Nephilim by rifling through the crypts to find your treasures. Chaucy can shield you if you have a lot of cash. With your purchase made, you can stick it in your stash. fallen star has visited this land, or the fireworks are starting soon. Paging guest Leah, your parents are waiting at the entrance to the reign of the Black King. Oh, how terrible. Smoking is prohibited at all times. That includes gnarled weed. Shop like a Nephilim by rifling through the crypts to find your treasures. Attention visitors. I am afraid to report that there truly is no cow level. You heard nothing.
Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario.
Thanks for watching. I know Overwatch is not a Mario video, but I hope it was still enjoyable. For more videos from me, be sure to subscribe and stuff. I don't know. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video.